Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little accordion photo holders. I made these to go inside my altered cigar box. It's a cute little one that I picked up at a flea market and altered, and I thought that you might enjoy making some of these photo holders. You can make a mini size, but the size I'm going to show you are the ones that fit in this little box. So let's get started. Super easy. First thing you want to do, you're going to take some cardstock, whatever color you choose. You're going to cut this at 4 5/8 by 7 3/4. Okay, then you also need two pieces for the hinges. These are going to be cut at 3 by 2 3/4. You need two of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and move along on your main piece. This is your actual box or photo holder. You're going to go ahead and you're going to score. All right. You're going to put this in with the 7 3/4 across the top. You're going to score at 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 4 3/4, and 4 7/8. Okay, that's 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 4 3/4, 4 7/8. Okay, then you're going to take your small pieces, your 3 by 2 3/4, your hinges. You're going to put this with the 3" across the top. You're going to score these at 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, and 2 1/2. You're going to do that for both pieces, and again, that's at 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, and 2 1/2. Okay, so you will have both pieces then scored. Now you're going to take and you're wanting to burnish those score lines. Burnish all the score lines. I like to use this bone folder, my square bone folder. I just find that it makes the folds just so much crisper and it's just easier for me to use. So make sure you burnish all of those folds, all those score lines. Okay, and especially the small ones. Very important. Don't miss any of them. Score all of the score lines. This is when I take a moment also to round my corners, because when you fold this, this is the actual holder. You're going to fold this over, and I just prefer to have these corners that are going to be folded over rounded. Totally preference, so whatever you prefer, that's what I would do. Go ahead and bring your pieces over for your hinges, and you have them scored, and you're also going to fold those accordion style. So you're going to go back and forth on the folds. Very easy. And then burnish so that it looks like this. Now you're going to go ahead and get your score tape, and you're going to add score tape to both sides. Okay. You want that on both sides of your hinge. So put that score tape on both sides. Burnish your score tape. Okay, now that's all finished. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble. So you have your score marks all burnished. Open it up, and you're going to get your first hinge, and you want to make sure that when you put this on, you want the fold against the outer edge. Okay, So you want the open part facing inward. So remove that score tape from the outside, the backing, and you're going to carefully line this up. What I like to do is I shove this over against the side of my scoreboard so that I have like something to put this up against. I just find it much easier. You're going to line this up and you want to put it down fairly close to your scores, but you do not want to put this on top of your score line because you want this to fold nicely. You don't want to interfere with that score line. So you have one on, I flip it around, do the same on the other side. Again, make sure that that fold is on the outside against the very edge. So remove the tape backing from that underside. Again, I find it easy to line it up against my scoreboard. You want to kind of check and put it the same distance that you had on the other side. Put it up against the side and stick it down. So now it looks like this. Okay, now we're going to remove the tape. I do this one side at a time because it's easier for me then to line it up, because you want to make sure you have this nice and straight. So you have the tape backing removed. Again, I'm going to line this up alongside of my scoreboard. Going to bring this up and make sure your little 1/8 of an inch gusset along the bottom is nice and flat so that it's standing up. You can feel that. Go ahead, line this up. Stick it down. All right, now you're going to remove the tape backing from the other side. Again, I find this easier to do one side at a time. Well, let's get the tape backing off. All right. Again, now this time, since we already have one side down, I don't really need to put it up against the edge, but for effect, let's go ahead. Again, you want to make sure that you can feel your bottom gusset. Line it up against the edge so it's nice and straight. Yeah. Stick it down. All right. That did not go so well. It's not straight, so that drives me bats. I'm going to take this apart. See, we all have issues sometimes. All right. I'm going to pull this loose. All right. I didn't have this pulled up all the way like I should have. Now stick it down. Because that hinge, if you pull this up, like I said, so you can see your gusset across the bottom, that hinge will be totally covered as it is now. Now you're going to take your small magnet and you're going to go ahead and take the backing off of one side. You have the two pieces together. All right. And I'm going to put this kind of up towards the top. Center it the best you can. I just eyeball it. All right. Slide the other piece off. I'm going to put a piece of score tape across it. It just kind of gives it a little extra hold. And that's going to be covered with pattern paper anyway. Then to place the bottom part so that it's nice and lined up, go ahead and remove the backing. Well, remove that backing. There we go. Let that magnet adhere to itself. Then again, you want to make sure you line this up so it's nice and even and straight on the sides, and you've got your gusset across the top so it's nice and flat. Put your finger on, stick it down. When you open it, your magnet's going to be placed perfectly. And again, I add a piece of score tape just for some extra hold. And again, I know that will be covered whenever I put my pattern paper on. So before you put your pattern papers on, go ahead and remove the tape backing and stick your papers on. You have a nice closure that holds everything in place. And again, you've got a nice little accordion fold pocket. This will hold several photos. You can make this at any size you wish, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Check it out. I do have several pictures on my blog. That's cross-eyedcricketcreations.blogspot.com. Check it out, and I will also put a link at the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching.